Long ago, in ancient Greece, there lived a young woman named Medusa. But forget the monster with snakes for hair for a moment, because Medusa wasn't always a monster. In fact, she was once a stunningly beautiful mortal, known far and wide for her flowing hair and striking looks. Medusa served as a priestess in the temple of Athena, the goddess of wisdom and war. Being a priestess meant she had to take a sacred vow of purity. She was devoted, loyal, and proud of her role. But beauty, as it often does in myths, brought trouble. One day, Poseidon, god of the sea, saw Medusa and became obsessed with her. So obsessed that he forced himself upon her, inside Athena's sacred temple. It was a terrible betrayal, not by Medusa but by Poseidon. Still, this was ancient mythology, and gods were rarely fair. Athena, outraged that her temple had been defiled, didn't punish Poseidon. Instead, she blamed Medusa. Some say Athena saw Medusa's beauty as the reason this happened. So, as punishment, Athena transformed Medusa into a monster. Her beautiful hair turned into a nest of venomous snakes. Her eyes cursed to turn anyone who looked directly at her into solid stone. Banished and feared, Medusa fled to the ends of the earth. She hid on a lonely island, far away from everyone. Some versions say she found a twisted sort of freedom there, no longer an object for the gods or men. But the world saw her only as a monster. Years later, a young hero named Perseus entered the story. Perseus was sent on an impossible quest to bring back Medusa's head. Why? A cruel king wanted Perseus out of the way, hoping he'd die trying. But Perseus wasn't alone. The gods helped him. Hermes gave him winged sandals to fly. Hades lent him a helmet of invisibility. And Athena, the same goddess who cursed Medusa, gave him a shiny bronze shield like a mirror. To slay Medusa, Perseus had to be clever. He couldn't look at her directly, or he'd be turned to stone. So Perseus crept into Medusa's dark lair while she slept, surrounded by statues of past victims. Using the shield's reflection to see, he avoided her deadly gaze. Then, in one swift motion, he cut off her head. From her blood, strange miracles happened. Pegasus, the winged horse, sprang out, along with other mythical creatures. Perseus carried Medusa's head back in a special bag. Even dead, her eyes kept their power. He later used it to turn his enemies into stone. And so, Medusa's curse lived on, feared and powerful, even in death. Today, Medusa's story still echoes. Was she a villain or a victim? Some see her as a warning about beauty and pride. Others see her as a symbol of injustice, punished for something beyond her control, yet made so terrifying that even heroes trembled at her name. Throughout history, warriors painted Medusa's head on their shields, hoping to scare enemies away. She became a symbol of protection, power, and a reminder that sometimes monsters are made, not born. So, next time you hear about Medusa, remember, behind the snakes and stone eyes was once a woman whose story still turns us to stone, if only for a moment, to think.